In response to Western sanctions on some members, BRICS countries have accelerated the development of an independent international payment system. BRICS Bridge claims to be unaffected by political intimidation, financial malpractice, and third-party interference. The multilateral digital payment platform will act as a bridge between the financial markets of the BRICS member countries and is aimed at increasing mutual trade.
BRICS nations are rapidly expanding their financial independence, with 13 new countries joining their alliance and developing mBridge, a blockchain-based payment system bypassing the US dollar.
Why is it needed? Because the current international system of payment, so-called SWIFT, is under control of the West, the US and other Western countries. And they have used this SWIFT system to impose sanctions and restrictions on countries they do not like. So we as BRICS are well advised to move forward into creating an alternative to SWIFT. And that's what the Russian authorities, together with other BRICS countries, are pursuing right now.
Now, Western powers are worrying as the Bank for International Settlements moves to shut down the project to protect dollar dominance.
Brazil, in our hemisphere, largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us, cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies, get right around the dollar. They're creating a secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years because there'll be so many countries transacting in currencies other than the dollar that we won't have the ability to sanction them.
One of the key proposals in this regard is the mBridge project, which aims to leverage distributed ledger technology to create a more efficient and transparent international payment infrastructure. Supported by the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub and several central banks, mBridge seeks to address the inefficiencies of traditional cross-border payment systems, which are often slow, expensive, and reliant on intermediary banks.
Russian President Vladimir Putin met the heads of BRICS countries in the city of Kazan on Tuesday. Bilateral issues, the new development bank and further BRICS growth was on the agenda of meetings Putin held with the heads of China, India and South Africa.
Russian-Chinese cooperation in global affairs is one of the main stabilizing factors on the world stage. We intend to continue to increase coordination at all multilateral platforms in order to ensure global security and a fair world order.
During the recent BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, President Vladimir Putin highlighted the push towards this new BRICS-centric financial and economic framework. Putin argued that the current dollar-dominated system is increasingly being used as a political tool, thereby undermining its credibility and stability. To mitigate this, BRICS leaders discussed the establishment of an alternative cross-border payment system that would facilitate trade in local currencies, protecting member states from sanctions and other external pressures. The mBridge project, short for Multiple Central Bank Digital Currency Bridge, is a collaborative initiative that aims to explore the potential of central bank digital currencies in enhancing cross-border payments. By leveraging blockchain technology, mBridge seeks to create a more efficient and transparent international payment infrastructure, with the primary objectives of streamlining cross-border payment processes, increasing transparency in international transactions, providing a platform accessible to banks of all sizes to reduce reliance on large correspondent banks, and minimizing settlement risks associated with time lags and multiple intermediaries. While mBridge is not an official BRICS initiative, it is closely related to the group's interests and objectives. China's involvement as a BRICS member signifies the country's interest in developing alternative cross-border payment systems, and the BRICS nations have expressed a desire to reduce their dependency on traditional Western-dominated financial systems, aligning with the goals of the mBridge project. There is also potential for other BRICS countries to join or develop similar platforms, fostering greater financial integration among member nations. In recent discussions, President Putin proposed the establishment of a BRICS bridge system based on technology comparable to mBridge, arguing that this would enable member economies to operate independently of the US-controlled financial framework. BRICS countries have been exploring the use of national currencies in bilateral trade to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. But while many participants favor a greater use of national currencies, Countries like India, South Africa, and the UAE are not inclined to undermine the existing dollar-centric financial system.